title, I'll be showing you guys how I make face masks. So I have a bunch of the ones here. So these are great because they are fitted. They aren't just a plain rectangle. You can see, so they go up on your nose and under your chin. And they're also reversible. So you get two patterns out of one. So yeah, and I show you the pattern I use, how to make the pattern, all the steps, and yeah, let's get into it. So here's the mask pattern I use. So as you can see, it's a 6 by 5 inches. Then you do 3/4 on the sides here, 1.5 on each side, connect it. Then here you can kind of see where I didn't quite do it all the way. You want to kind of round it out. And you cut it out. It should look like this. And you'll need 4 of those for every mask. Okay, so now that you have your fabric, you should have 4 pieces. I have cougar and then also white with glitter. And so you're just going to take your ones that are the same pattern. You can of course do all 4 the same. This way you get 2 different patterns. And just right sides together, line them up, and you're going to sew just along the curve. And I don't pin it, I don't find it necessary, but if you're a beginner or if you're hand sewing it, because you very easily could hand sew these if you're just making a couple, you might want to pin it, but I don't find it necessary. So you just want to sew all along that edge there. So you have it all sewed. Just do the same with your other fabric too. I don't know if you can tell, but the 2 glittery sides, right sides together. And just sew those up. So now you have your 2 pieces. So you're going to want to open them up. And then again, you're just going to right sides together. I do pin here because I want to make sure that my middle seams are going to line up just right. So you just want to line those up. And then take your pin. Pin those. Do it on the other side as well. Okay, so now they're pinned. So now you're just going to go along. And if you have an iron, I would press it. I do not have an iron as I just moved into my apartment. But you're just going to sew along the top and then also along the bottom. And also I'm using a 1/4 inch seam allowance for all of this. Now that side's good to go. Just gotta do the bottom or top, the other side. Now you just have both sides sewed. Just going to trim my long strings. And then you're just going to go in one of your openings on the side and flip it right side. And again, if I had an iron, I would probably press it here on your fold just to get it super crisp and clean. But again, I do not. That's fine. You can also score it with your fingernail. That also works. So if you're kind of wanting that look, but you don't have an iron handy. But then what I'm going to do is you just go on one of your ends. You're going to flip it in, flip your raw edges in. I do about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. It doesn't matter too much. Then I'm just going to take my elastic. For these masks, I'm using 7-inch elastic. That's when it's not stretched. Using 7 inches, but that's because I'm doing them for my dad and he has to have them a bit bigger. The ones I do for myself, I only do 6 inches. So you just gotta kind of try it and see. Or if you have another mask that you like the fit of, you can measure it, or anything like that. So I have my edges folded in. I'm just gonna take the end of my elastic, stick it in. You wanna make sure that you have it in far enough so that you will not miss it. You want to like straighten it out so that you make sure your elastic isn't going to be twisted. And you just do that on the other side as well. And then we will just sew that up. You can see I have the 2 elastics and with the 2 sides on each side. Now we're just going to sew that. And there you go. You have now your finished fitted face mask.